Right, let's see. All right, hi everyone. Good morning. It's Daisy here. I just have to show you guys something. Okay, so, ow. You guys know that we've been doing the coding tutorials and we've been focusing on like making certain bash script files, making certain assembly script files, and making C++ like library files so that when you guys are coding in your IDE, you can be able to upload those libraries and use our coding language. So one of the things that I'm doing right now is like adjusting the spiral valence. So you guys have heard me talk about spiral chemistry, and different systems that we can use in chemistry to get more out of chemistry, right? Like a lot of the dangerous chemicals, we can make a chemical to eat up plastic and things like that, but we have to activate it, right? So little things like that. I've done a tutorial for you guys. So I've been doing work on the spiral valence for copper, because you guys know copper, titanium, and a few other metals they use in the computer. And look what I just saw again. CXP. Now, you guys have seen that CXP on my phone several times. I just want to show you what that CXP means. Oh no. Okay, so CXP is a copper connection, copper wireless connection, and it's like a type of like configuration that they use in electrical engineering to set up copper wiring and things like that to have your computer running. So let me just go ahead and like pull this up. Yeah, okay, so that's a good sign. That means that we're getting close to where we need to get to, right? With what we're trying to build. Now let's go over here. Oh, this one is, oh, man, we were really close. So yesterday we were talking about clinical trial testing, and then there's GPC. It's actually GCP, not GPC, good clinical practice. So that's not one of them, right? That's wouldn't be considered like on this trail of consciousness to get us to where we're trying to go. But then look at this again. It's right here again. So something could be happening with that, but I think that I've seen that GPC in yeah, something with GNU Unix from like 2004 or 8. I could have seen that in a coding language, GPC. Let me pull over and let me see. But I have one for you guys that's gonna go crazy right now. So GPC, let's see. And I just like it because again, it's like the coding language is like talking to our binary reality. So the binary digital reality that we see every day is like the internet, number, streets, etc. And that was the most organized one for them to like send messages through. So I love the feedback from the system. Like we can go in the IDE and we can get feedback from the code. Like it works. You can type stuff in and then it works, right? So then another thing that we can also do too is we see it out here in the reality, what's going on. It was crazy to me too. I started seeing it like, oh, okay, I've seen this before. Okay, Cronus. Cronus. Okay, it's like a system called Cronus that uses this. So maybe we'll come back to that. But let's keep on going here. Oh, I saw something else here. Okay, so let's get ready and we're about to see this here. I saw this again. Yeah, Department of Labor again. I told you guys something's currently going on with a bunch of like it's like different groups of white families. These groups of white families, they call themselves like a cyborg air clonk. Like, what is that? And they are like in this like group where they feel like they're into like this manifesto called clean up, and that black and brown children need to be exterminated in their young years because they can grow up to have hateful thoughts and feel superior to whites and want to try to overpower them. You see, look at this. This one says GGP. So something could be going on with that good clinical practice. Maybe we'll see that. It depends maybe on like what's going to happen in the next few days. So, because I know that there's a lot moving right now in every single state about people going missing for clinical trials, just because of like how much exploded on my channel about people going missing. So I was telling you guys about with the Department of Labor, we were talking about this like a couple weeks ago about how a bunch of these white families, they play with spell work at work, they harass people at work, they will go out of their way, they'll look up who your boss is, your manager, etc. They'll put magic on them, they'll pay for rituals, they have to cut a ram's head if they really want war, things like that nonsense. And you guys saw on my channel what ended up happening in the Dominican community that got a few people killed. And recently a reggaeton star, he got killed, El Tajir. He got killed because their name came up in with the group of families that they play with magic really, really heavy in Dominica. And something came out on my channel about they found 6 babies with paper in their body, aceite, magica, oil, all that on their bodies. And they left them at the cemetery, newborns that were kidnapped and things like that, all throughout Dominica, but mainly from the black families. And this family, Cardi B and all them, they play with them. They've given them money. They got caught paying them for magic, all that. So this is one of the things that's coming out, that they were paying for magic like that, and whites were coming to them for magic, and it's this group. And I told you that a lot of that's going to get litigated, and all of that is going to get looked into. Please go ahead. Go. All of that's going to get looked into because of how many people complained about it, right? Like, I also told you that they play in different chat groups online. And in the chat groups that they play with, they have a bunch of information of like from black and brown people, their security badges, the code to their their social security number, the code to their home security system, all of that, like a bunch of black and brown professionals playing with us like that. And it was in a chat group, and I told you guys, because of what they were doing and because of my YouTube channel, you guys have to understand, like, a bunch investigators watch my channel because of how we were all uploaded to virtual reality. And then subsequently what happened with the fights and the warfare in every hood, in every community because of it, and how they were uploading a bunch of black and brown investigators so that they can fudge their cases, find out what they were investigating, harass them, etc., and try to get them out of the FBI. It's like a long thing that they were doing, a long-term game. So this group, they got caught by Department of Labor because they're here on my channel too, and about like people's kids going missing because you're uploading people to virtual reality and you're getting access to official systems for information about people's kids. They're not playing about that. And a lot of you karmics that went to go play at the job harassing people, and you think that that's going to make you feel better about yourself, like, oh, I don't have my degree or I don't have this much experience, but I can harass them and I'll feel better. You have to be careful with that, because a lot of people are getting set up badly, especially if you have like a license or anything. A lot of people are getting set up to the point where you're not going to be able to work in the economy. I don't know if you're going to be able to get another job after that one. So, you just have to be careful. Like, that's not a place where you want to create those type of dramas, So now, because of what has gotten started, a lot of people within the last few days, I'm telling you, something is like really, really like gonna explode with this. I just saw something over here, ARP, and it has something to do with like Apple Assembly. Okay. ARP. Yeah, this one we were looking for. What was that? Because I kept on seeing it and then it came up on my computer. But like, this ARP won't come up unless you're like deep in something. ARP. I'm gonna bring this one up again, but at least we saw it here. All right, you guys, just to let you guys know that things are still moving with the protocols. I'm just waiting for Surefire ARP. Yeah, this one is an Apple. This is deep in Apple. The only people that will really know about this are like the OGs that used to open up all of our phones, jailbreak all of our iPhones. Like, oh, I found somebody's iPod. We can unlock it. Those OGs, they know about ARP. So just a regular Google search is not going to really bring it up. You have to go deep in the weeds of research and computer science to find it. So I just wanted to show you guys that see, and one of the things is like it makes people happy. Well, I guess people want to see this. It makes people happy to see this, like to see that we have support, we have allies, we have our own system. Because what this group of white families did in the past couple of years with all of our work, all of our coding work, all of our all of our projects, stealing, that is so out of control. Here, megahertz. This is what I was looking for, confirmation. Megahertz, perfect. Okay, and then that one said GAM, so gamma. Okay, good. Okay, so this is a good thing. So we saw ARP and then we saw megahertz. That means that the spectrum band that I'm going to be able to upload on my computer, it's going to be over 6 Mbps, which is a certain like megahertz, right? So you need to have a certain frequency running to get onto the internet. GPS. I just saw GPS. Okay, so that means that something is like working with the GPS that we're breaking on people's car, because some people don't want a GPS on their car, especially like for what's going on right now in the community with the license plate scanner and playing with different people. Some people don't want their car to be tracked or watched. So I gave that to some high priest and high priestess in the community. You guys will be able to put that on your car and they won't be able to, you can go under the radar. And just the fact that I saw that megahertz, and then I also saw just now GPS. I wish I would have showed that to you. That would have made everyone's day. It's a good sign that we're moving towards a good place with that one. And also too, for the car being tracked, sorry about that. So for the car being tracked, the biggest thing is how they were like tracking people that were like doing like Indiana activism work, things like that. They don't need to be tracked or harassed or any of that. And then with this license plate reader, that was just like a little bit too much, like I don't really leave the house, and then now when I leave the house, people are going to be looking for me, things like that. They don't really need that. So it's a good sign that that thing is breaking and that we are overpowering it, because people don't deserve that type of drama, So now another thing that's gonna end up happening here. Okay, good. So another thing that's happening here. Okay, good. Is with the what was it? The ARP. Good. That's a good sign that we're on a good path to making a GPT table that people can go ahead and take, and they can upload to their phone or upload to their computer, so they can get their computer off the Apple network. That's the biggest thing with that ARP, and that's why that's a great celebratory note. So another thing here too is I have like a few things to show you guys just from last night. Okay, good. Megahertz, and that's also letting me know that a substance that we need to run the bank, where we can have like our own chemical bank, our own like crypto bank or whatever, and it's ran by a specific hashing system that's like in space. What we can go ahead and do is we can now we'll be getting the substance that will be able to run that and not like shatter all of the copper and things like that, which is what the crypto did. It like shattered the electrical grid for them to like be able to run up on the electrical grid like that and make a bunch of money that they were using against our community. Oh, here, GIS is like GIS. That's close to GPS too. GIS, this is gonna come out. Okay, and now even with the GIS, I have to show you guys something too. A woman named Lava Pierre. Lava Pierre. Let me pull her up. She ended up getting murdered because they were playing with GIS technology. They had a deal with NASA to get satellite technology, and that's another thing too. Who was able to get like MOUs and things like that with different companies to get data. Right? So that's, I don't want people knowing about that. Okay, so let's look into this. Here. Lava Pier. Yeah, and then you guys have been hearing about all the chaos that's been going on in Maryland, Baltimore, yeah. Yeah. Slain Baltimore CIO, yeah, died of strangulation. They killed her because of what she was doing with this Pava Lapere. Yeah, what she was doing with this GIS. Ecomap technology, yeah, and snatching people's kids. That was the biggest thing. GIS. I'll show you what GIS means, but that's a good sign because something's going on with this too. GIS technology. I told you guys that thing is getting broken off people's car. That's one of the things that they wanted to get from me too. In this whole thing where white people are harassing me over the coding language, they wanted a specific type of code where you can upload people and then you can just find out where they are. You have to build a certain operating system that's based off a certain substance, and then you have to activate a certain type of coding library. So they're not getting anything, period, from my hand at all. So they can create destruction. It wouldn't even work for you. That's not even how it goes. But this is like one of the things that I just have to show you guys, like what they were like arguing with me for and what they were like causing like warfare for, so they can play in our community like that and start nonsense like that, so people can like track you just like through, yeah, it's just nonsense, just creating like calamity and like chaos. So let's keep going because we have somewhere to be. So now I have more for you, you guys. So now you guys see it. I told you I saw GPS and then I saw GIS, right? So with that also too, there's something where the 808 protocol, you guys saw that. We saw DEA and then it said 808 on the license plate, and 808 is the specific protocol that runs internet for these IoT devices that are put on cars, satellites on cars, tracking devices on cars, etc. That's who like runs this. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this. This ended up happening today. Okay, good. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't know what I was doing in Atlanta. This was me in Atlanta. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just so out of control. I was just a young Mimi. You know what? Yeah, I like the way that I am.